Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to Sir Safwan. We are from Group 5 from Subject Course BITP 2213 Software Engineering. Today we are about to present our mini project which is about travel planning application or also known as TRIP. Our group consists of 3 group members. Several tasks were distributed for each person in charge. Starting from me, which is Muhammad Fauzi Adambi, matrix number B0325105591. So my overall task is regarding overall description, product perspective, user characteristics, system scope, and functional requirements. Next is Dinesh Analaki Sivaganesh, which is task for external interface requirements, UI guidelines, API interfaces, hardware and software, and non-functional requirements. And lastly is Albert Anselmus, which is the lead in documentation, full report integration and formatting, consistency review, diagram or wireframe arrangement, appendix, and the final compilation. Next, I will explain the importance of the task that has been completed by me. Firstly is the project scope and context. This is important because it defines the overall project scope and system context, including product perspective and user characteristics. This establishes boundaries for the system and clarifies how the application fits within the broader travel planning ecosystem. Next is core system capabilities. It details the core system capabilities such as user registration, booking management, and push notifications. This ensures all functional requirements are clearly specified to guide developers and testers throughout the project lifecycle. And lastly is foundation and user understanding. This serves as the foundation for design, development, and testing phases. It ensures a clear understanding of user needs and expected system behavior, reducing ambiguity and supporting consistent implementation across all teams. For this project, I was responsible for handling the overall description and functional requirements sections of the SRS document. To be honest, completing this task was quite a challenge because it requires a lot of careful consideration and iterative refinement to make sure the final specification document was truly comprehensive and easy for everyone to understand. One of the 3 main challenges uh, that was that I faced was capturing requirements without ambiguity. So this part is super critical because I had to make sure the wording was very specific and concise so that the developers wouldn't misinterpret what our system is actually supposed to do. Second is integrating third-party APIs. The second challenge is involve external services. Since this app relies heavily on third-party APIs like Google Maps for location, I had to plan things out carefully. I needed to figure out how to clearly translate the way our system interacts with these APIs into solid written requirements. And lastly, balancing user roles, security, and technical clarity. The specs needed to be technically detailed enough for developers to reference, but at the same time, the language had to stay clear and straightforward so that non-technical stakeholders could easily read and understand it. Next, I will pass on to my roommate, which is Dinesh.
Now I will explain the importance of the task that I completed. My responsibility was preparing the external interface requirements and non-functional requirements section. These sections are important because they define how the system communicates with users, hardware, software, and third-party services. They also establish performance, security, and reliability standards for the application. In addition, these requirements ensure compliance with standards such as PDPA and PCI DSS, helping the system remain secure, scalable, and trustworthy for the users. While completing this task, I faced several challenges. The first challenge was documenting all external interface accurately, including APIs and user interface requirements. The second challenge was ensuring that the security requirements compile with standards like PDPA and PCI DSS. Another challenge was defining realistic performance metrics while coordinating interface requirements while my teammates to ensure consistency throughout the documents. Despite these challenges, I completed the task successfully through careful research, teamwork, and regular discussions.
Okay, so for my part, I was responsible for the final document work and final preparation of the SRS report. So the first important task was document consistency, where I checked the formatting, structures, and writing style of the report to make sure all sections look neat and follow the same format. This is important because the SRS report must look professional and easy to read. The second task was quality assurance, where I reviewed the report to find any mistakes, unclear sentences, or parts that did not match properly. I also made sure the requirements were clear and understandable for readers. And the last task was final compilations, where I combined all the parts of the reports into one complete document. And I also arranged the diagrams, wireframes, and appendix so the report could be submitted as one proper SRS document. Okay, so while doing my part, I faced several challenges. So the one challenge that I was maintaining technical accuracy while improving readability, and then some of parts of the report were technical. So I need to make sure the meaning was still correct but easier to understand. And then the another challenge was making the writing style consistent. Since the report had different sections, the wording and format needed to be adjusted so the whole document looked like one complete report, so no separate parts. And I also had to manage the final version carefully. Was important to avoid missing content, repeated informations, or formatting problems. Besides that, I need to check feedback and make sure the final report follow the required formatting standards. So overall, my role focused on making the final SRS report clear, organized, consistent, and ready for submissions.
Next, I will present the system overview of our Trip application. The application is developed using React Native, allowing it to run on both Android and iOS devices. It provides features such as trip planning, itinerary management, booking, and push notifications. The backend is built with Node.js and Express, hosted on AWS EC2. The system uses MySQL for data storage, Redis for caching and session management, and AWS S3 for storing media and documents. The application also integrates third-party services such as Google Maps for navigation, Amadeus for flight and hotel booking, Stripe for payment processing, and Firebase Cloud for messaging and notification. And this slide summarizes the key functional and non-functional requirements for the system. The functional requirements describe the main features of the application, including user registration and login, trip management, flight and hotel booking, itinerary planning, push notifications, group trip collaboration, and then the admin dashboard. The non-functional requirements focus on the quality of the system. This include fast response time, 99% system availability, support for multiple users, secure user access, data encryption, strong password policies, and compliance with PDPA and PCI DSS. Together, this requirement ensure that the application is reliable, secure, and provides a good user experience.
In summary, this SRS explains the main plan for the trip travel planning applications, where the report covers the important parts of the system, such as the app features, user needs, system design, security rules, and performance requirements. So this document is useful because it gives a clear guide before the system is developed. It helps the team understand what the application should do, and what requirements need to be followed. For the next step, the project can continue with UI UX prototyping. After that, the team can start building the system based on the requirements. The system also needs to connect with third-party APIs such as like Google Maps, Amadeus, Stripe, and Firebase. And lastly, final testing should be done before deployment to make sure the app is works properly. So that is all from our group presentations. Thank you for listening.